podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is shit here. My wife may be coming in and out of the background. I don't know if you can hear it. Our water softener is continually draining, so something's going on there. She's got to call into her plumber friend. I woke up this morning, got in my car, started backing out of the driveway and went, something's not right. Got out, flat tire. Parked it last night. All tires good. And so lot going on this morning. A lot going wrong. I can't wait. The Packers are probably going to lose next. The Packers will lose today, and then that will be the trifecta of shit.
Thanks a lot, Biden.
Yes, thank you, Biden. Let's get you out of there.
The Lions ain't going to lose. I know that.
You know what didn't happen during the Trump presidency? I did not have a flat tire, and our water softener worked. So
it's right. It's right.
That's all I'm saying.
Why? Because terrible vice president now who's dicking around with your tires.
He is. All right, let's jump right in. One of the hot topics of not just the election, but in life, something people talk about because they're concerned. Jake, people have a lot of concerns, and they should, is things like drag queen story hour, gay marriage, LGBTQ rights. And they're very concerned because these are horrible, evil people. And again, one just got arrested. This Radcliffe, what's his first name? Zachary Radcliffe was arrested. He is not only a member of the LGBT community, he is also a drag queen. Oh, wait, I'm wrong about all of that. He is a youth pastor who preaches for MAGA and performed for Trump Jr., and he was arrested on child sex abuse charges. So, yes, another youth-based pastor and fervent. Does it say in the article, because I'm looking, I can't remember if I read it or not, whether it was boys or girls, was he
I don't know, but they were super young, man. They were like
13, but I'm right here. Oh, God, gross. Just horrible. Is accused of creating material with a child. Victims were between the ages of 13 and 15. But I'm not getting a gender here, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. You know how, like, cops wear body cams? How is there not body cams on guys that run, any kind of youth program? That's who I really want to wear a body cam, because I don't trust any dude who wants to go and hang out with kids in the woods for any reason. I don't care if it's Cub Scouts. I don't care if it's drag queen story hour in the woods with no cameras. I don't care if it's Bible stuff in the woods with no cameras. Any of that, like anything, because I can't think of anything I would hate to do more than go out and go camping with other people's shitty kids. For a whole weekend. That to me would be worse than jail time. If they were like, listen, you have not paid your parking tickets. You've wrapped up so many. You either got to do a weekend in Rikers Island or a weekend playing acoustic guitar with 28-year-olds in the woods. I'd be like, give me a week in Rikers just to make sure I definitely don't have to hang around these kids. So the guy who's definitely like, oh yeah, I'm a grown man, loves hanging out in the woods with kids. I want a body camera on him. Again, I know we're knocking right wingers and the churches and stuff, and for good reason. But like, it ain't even just about the church. It's about I don't care, Cub Scout, church stuff. I don't whatever, drag queen story hour. If it's a grown man who wants to hang out, who specifically wants to hang out with kids in the woods, I'm worried about that dude. He should be body cammed up.
Okay, two thoughts. One, you said really fast 28-year-olds, and I know you meant 28-year-olds. So it sounded like you said 28-year-old people.
20,8-year-olds. Yeah, even 28-year-olds are too young for me to want to hang around in the woods. They get on my nerves too, these fucking zennials.
But two, my second thought, I wouldn't even take it that far, because I will say right now into a microphone for the live broadcast and the recorded one, I love my kids. I love my kids like nobody's business. But spend enough time with them, even your own kids get on your nerves. Now you're adding other people's kids to it, and you're just trapped, and you want to be. No, it's there's something wrong up here that says, give me other people's kids. I want to visit and play with them. And I didn't even mean to use play in quotes, but that's what this guy was doing.
Yeah, it's psychotic. I don't care. Football stuff. It's like, hey man, I know I'm a college coach, but what if we brought 8-year-olds in? Like, what? No, that's weird. Body cam, all day body cam. Any grown man who wants to be, and it may sound a little sexist, Jake. Do we body cam the women? No, we save money because they don't do that. They haven't broken the glass ceiling with that. When they start,
Well, they have occasionally, but as we all saw from South Park, and I was saying this even before the South, if it's an attractive woman, okay, she's mentally damaged because she wants to sleep with a child. But if she's attractive, no harm, no foul to the kid. If she's then
sure,
okay, yeah, prosecute.
sure.
But
We have a jury of all bros who assigns punishment and how offensive we find it. Now, seriously, I wouldn't be happy if my son's social studies teacher slept with him, but I would murder my daughter's social studies teacher if that dude slept with. You
the
know what
way
I
it
mean?
should be.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Uh,
would be upset if she slept with my son and didn't give him an A, but maybe a B plus to keep the scent off, to throw the track off. Like, maybe an A would be too far, sleeping with and getting an A. But if she
yeah.
sleeps with my kid and then gives him a B plus to keep it on the down low, that's
Well, I
fine.
think once they've been together for a while, the female teacher actually punishes the male teacher or the male student that she's sleeping with because she's moody. You know what I mean? And he starts getting bad grades because like she's on the rag or whatever. It's a different kind of thing going on. You know what I mean? Totally
Well, that
different.
line's gonna get us in trouble.
But great. Oh, we got some live chats. We
Yeah,
see a
we got
greeting
hello from
from Mars.
Mars.
Hey, how's it going? We like Martians. Oh shit, here we go.
Yeah,
Israel
Israel
or
or Gaza,
you
jumping right
support
in with the questions.
Yeah, listen, actually, I'm going third party on this one. I hope Martians come in and fucking defeat everybody in Israel and Gaza and take the whole thing over. Listen, Palestinians and Israelis can't play nice. They need to be governed by Martians. I'm pandering to the guy from Mars. If you got spaceships up there, I think you should go over, take over both Israel and Gaza, make them all play nice. They are now under the Confederation of Mars.
I'm all for it. Hello, Rich. We've talked about Israel and Palestine in the past. I mean, if something changes, we'll talk about it again. But if you really want, go search one of our episodes.
It's
That
kind of a
it's
bummer. It's kind of a bummer. Yeah,
yeah.
not a lot to be said by two pasty faced guys
I
over
was just
here.
gonna say, two
Uh,
assholes online are not gonna
yeah,
solve those problems.
no, no. If me and Tim could solve the Middle East, by golly, we'd have done it a long time ago. We've been doing this podcast for a while.
All right.
We're not holding the solution for the Middle East to the Patreon listeners. You know what I mean? That's kind of a dick thing to do. It's we got the solution, but you got to subscribe on the pay site.
Yes, for $5.99 a month, we will solve all the problems of the Middle East.
Yes. Oh, I like
Be-
green on here. I support the foreign policy that follows the golden rule. That's right. That's right. The golden rule policy. Uh-huh.
I will say this really quickly. I was surprised at how quickly I got on the news and I was like, Israel is currently bombing Iran. I'm like, oh shit, here it goes. And then the next morning, it was over. It wasn't anywhere. It wasn't like that. I thought that was going to be bigger when Israel went after
Yeah,
them. But
I did too. It shows you people just get numb to stuff, and I think our news should cover it more. But they're like Israel bombing another country. Also, Donald Trump tweets a thing. Screw
yeah.
that thing he tweeted.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't like that thing he tweeted, but come on now. There's bombs going off.
Speaking of hypocrites, I'm just going to jump right back in. Another story about a drag queen abusing young kids. Federal lawsuit accuses Tim Ballard of laundering money to pay for prostitutes. Oh, wait, it's another white male Christian that got in trouble. Tim Ballard is the guy who they loosely based the movie that Jesus was in, Jim Caviezel. God, what was that called?
Passion of the Christ.
No. The one where he played Tim Ballard's character. So
I'm
Tim
lost.
Ballard founded under Operation Underground Railroad, noble cause to go after victims of trafficking. But the thing is, he violated the Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act because Ballard and the Operation Underground Railroad engaged in human trafficking and exploitation of women under the guise of humanitarian
Wow.
anti-trafficking
Talk about
operations.
hitting in plain
It's
sight.
yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, let's put all these resources into saying what we're doing so we can backdoor in. It would be as if like Harriet Tubman was really pro-slavery, saying, "Hey, we got to catch those guys coming from the south and put them and put them back into the plantations." Like if because she was running the Underground Railroad to get
No, yeah,
it's
get the reference. To me it's weird because well, it's obviously fucked up and crazy, and I hope this guy burns in hell. But also, how did you think you were going to keep getting away with it? Because the thing is, you're working in an organization that's all about freeing human trafficking victims. So you got to think most of the people that go to work in that field aren't just anti-human trafficking the way we are, and most people are.
yeah.
They're the most against it. They're like, I'm going to dedicate my life to stopping this thing. So they're going to be around you, and they're going to find out about it. I mean, I don't know how you're recruiting people unless you're recruiting it like bottom up, Project 2025 style, to where it's just like, I'm going to staff the entire things with just guys that used to work with El Chapo, and then we're going to have a fake charity. I mean, because you're going to get the second somebody even suspects this in your charity, they're of course going to blow the whistle on you. So I don't know how he thought he was going to keep getting away with it.
Well, he has been sued. It says 6 times in 2023. Sound of Freedom. That's the movie. It was one of those no-budget Christian movies that blew up. It had a budget of 14 million. It made 250 million dollars. But as soon as it came out, everybody started pointing out: one, you're basing it on a guy who is sketchy at best, and two, most of the shit. It's a Hollywood movie. It's like you took oh, he does good things. Now let's turn it into gunplay and raids to make it exciting. So that was the movie. But yeah, he's a
Wait, wait, got a funny comment. He said, "Bro, save that microphone from 1980s Radio Shack." Goddamn right. Damn right. They had the best microphones back in the 1980s in Radio Shack.
Meanwhile, I have a Blue Yeti, but only because good marketing. I'm like, oh, this is affordable, and they've when I searched Amazon, it was the first one that popped up and seemed affordable, so I just clicked purchase because I'm lazy.
No, this is a SM58. They did have these in the 80s, I believe. So yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, JG on YouTube.
Then I have something else with this guy, this Tim Ballard. Oh, you know what it made me think of? Did you see the movie Black Klansman?
I think so. Yeah.
Spike Lee movie.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
read the book. I read the book, and I'm here to. It was fine. It was written, but nothing happened in the book. It was an FBI procedural where he talked about phone calls and research and phone calls and research, and they made it into a movie. And it was supposed to be like a thriller, and I'm like, is this a movie of them just sitting in an office all day reading papers and trying to hunt down PO boxes of white supremacists? And I haven't seen them, but I would be damn curious to see how they play that, because that's what they did with the Tim Ballard thing. Is they said, "Oh, he does good things. Let's turn it into an exciting action movie." That's what Hollywood does. It takes a boring
Right.
story and
What
sort
he
of
did with an AK-47, same thing, but with an AK-47 going off constantly.
yes, same thing with an AK-47. Let's stick. I don't search out these news stories, but maybe it's the way the universe works, where it just sort of hits you up. You get on a roll. But former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch indicted on sex trafficking charges. Everybody, but here's the twist on this one. This guy is 61 or 71. I've got two here. Two Smith, 61 of West,
Dude,
and another associate, James.
I just realized we're almost 15 minutes in. We've done nothing but talking about like children, human trafficking and
No, no,
shit.
no, no, no. Tim Ballard. It was women. It was not. He rescued women, but he rescued kids, but trafficked women. Is
Yeah.
there were no ages in the Tim Ballard story, so he was keeping it above board. But the
Okay.
thing about this one, the reason I sent you the Abercrombie and Fitch one, is the twist. Is here we go. Former CEO of Abercrombie, sex trafficking charges. Scroll down, scroll down. He would They engaged in a sex trafficking scheme in which they would recruit men and engage in sex events. Like, that was a twist I didn't see coming. You hear sex trafficking, it's always women or kids. I did not see that dude twist, so I got to give him credit for that one.
No, it definitely happens. You know what I mean? There's
Apparently it does.
Spaceys out there, especially in Hollywood and stuff.
Hey, Spacey was found innocent.
All right. Well, I'm not leaving my kids with him. You go ahead and leave your kids with Spacey then, huh? Mr. Pro Spacey apologist. Everybody's all loosey goosey with, yeah, I'd love to see another season of House of Cards till it's time to leave their youngins over at Kevin's house for the
You can
weekend.
babysit my daughter.
There we, hey, that's not, no, 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 no. I said kids plural. You can't get picky and choosy. Everybody, yeah, everybody loves Kevin Spacey till it's time to drop Junior off.
Uh, I can't, like I said, we both said it happens, but it just took me by surprise. The idea that was Jacobson's alleged role was Jacobson was the oh, what's her name? The Epstein, Christine, what's the woman's name that worked for Epstein? I'm drawing a blank.
Ghislaine Maxwell?
Maxwell, that's it.
Yeah.
So Jacobson was the Maxwell. His alleged role was to travel the world to recruit and interview men for the quote sex events. So this is like the old day Hollywood orgies you'd hear about.
Yeah, pretty much.
He
See,
required that the candidates first engage in sex acts with him. Well, you gotta try them out. You don't drive a car. You don't buy a car without driving it. Test drive.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot harder drugging people when it's dudes and you want them to keep a boner. Because here's the thing, I drug myself out of a boner all the time when I'm trying to have consensual sex with a woman. It's not doing it. So they had like an elaborate cocktail, no pun intended, where they would have to shoot like just a cocktail of stuff in them to keep them like drugged to where they can kind of do whatever, but then they got Viagra too, so they still got a boner even though they're basically asleep. I mean, it's a complicated thing.
Yeah. Well, in this one, and not only did they. So first of all, we all what Jake what you're we all know what whiskey dick is. We all know what whiskey dick is. So you gotta find that balance of they're unless you wanted bottoms. If you just wanted bottoms, that's a different thing.
But yeah, any MAGA youth pastor can do that. I mean, any hack can do that. These guys were no. It said that they were using Viagra and stuff too. They were like drugging them, but then also giving them Viagra, which has got to be. It's got to be tough to get your measurements right. This is what I'm
Well,
saying.
here's where they made it really tricky. Not only were they drugging them, and they had to find that balance between whiskey dick and a soft on, but they intentionally recruited heterosexual men, and here's my favorite line, who were physically groomed prior to the sex parties, including shaving their genitals without advance notice. How do you do a surprise genital shave?
Well, you know what I mean. Like I guess like a surgical table would. I don't know. I mean, but my thing is, even if you're even if you're straight, not to get too much into my manscaping, but how if you're like a straight model in the 2000s, you're probably shaving it anyway for women. No, what who are these animals? These animals who are going to go around New York City as a male model with an unmanscaped junk. They're the real criminals, I think, is the dudes who are out there begging because look, they're completely ripped. They're clean head to toe. This poor woman, she's going back thinking like, of course she's got shaved junk, and then she gets there and boom, it's like Woodstock down there. They didn't
Well,
sign up for that.
I've I know for a fact I have used this podcast as a platform for an apology before, but I will do it again. I have said that in my 20s, before I knew better, before it was even a thing, before I'm an old man in my 20s, I did not manscape. And I apologized on this platform to any woman that did the kindest thing a woman can do for a man down there. Because I was unkempt, and I've since learned the error of my ways. I am trim and shorn, and yeah, that was me back in the day,
Yeah,
Jake.
but
You
was
were
it before the 2000s?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, then that's different. It was a different time.
At least you're not. Oh, it's David. My buddy David, good subscriber, has been ragging on me this week because he goes, at least you're not live during the World Series. He's been ragging on me for posting videos when he's trying to watch the game. And David, love you. As I tell you, you just leave your phone aside and tell the commercials, then pick it up, watch during the commercial, and then back to your game. But yes, we actually this is worse because shouldn't you be in church right now, David? Shouldn't you be in church worshiping Christ? Even if you're Jewish or Muslim or Buddhist, shouldn't all people be worshiping Christ?
Yeah, leave their kids there. Leave your kids there. We've learned from this episode nothing weird happens at church.
Sam Elliott showed his gargantuan salt and pepper bush around. I don't remember that. I just remember Kelly. What's her name? Kelly. I remember her breastages, her lovely chest in Roadhouse. What was her last name? Kelly.
Dude,
What?
I don't remember that, but man, I'll bet Sam Elliott Bush was
Kelly
complete.
Lynch. Kelly
Yeah,
Lynch went
just
topless.
completely Snow White and aggressive. Now
Kelly
Sam
Lynch
Elliott
is
doesn't change.
65 years old right now.
Yeah,
Damn.
dude. Sam Elliott would never manscape. Be like, you want me to take that razor and put it where? I'm not doing that.
I'm going to go completely sideways with this conversation. Do you know the story behind Kelly Lynch, her husband Mitch Glazer, and Bill Murray?
No.
Okay, really quick. Kelly Lynch gave an interview where she swears that Bill Murray and her husband Mitch Glazer are friends, and whenever.
Oh, you're cutting out, man. I can't hear you no more. Hey, man, I straight up can't hear you right now. Yeah, like your volume's off.
Can't hear me, you're mute. You just
Wait.
popped back. Now I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Our phone stream there was messed up. I couldn't hear you.
Ah, gotcha. All I did was talk about how Bill Murray would text Kelly Lynch's husband whenever the sex scene with her and Patrick Swayze would come on. He would text and be like, he just texted her like, "Hey, I'm watching Patrick Swayze bone your wife."
That's funny. That's funny, man.
All right, here we go. Oh, Jake, we got to talk about victimhood here. We got victims in America, and we need to help victims. This whole podcast is about victims today. Christian students in Wisconsin speak out after Kamala Harris told them they were at the, quote, wrong rally.
Yeah,
remember that?
It's kind of weird. Because if you're gonna go and heckle, like, yeah, do it.
Right.
You protest. I get that, but then don't sit there and go, she didn't invite me on the stage when I was calling her a baby killer. Like, yeah, if I go to a Trump rally and yell that he's Hitler or something, he's probably not gonna give me a free pair of shoes or an NFT.
Exactly. The whole thing is they literally went to the event to yell stupid shit. They were shouting "Christ is King" and things like shouting stuff. And she turned, and I remember I saw the clip. She goes, "I think you're at the wrong rally. You want the smaller one down the street." But now I was pushed by an elderly woman. We were heckled at, we were cursed at, we were mocked. And that's the biggest thing for me personally. In reflection of the event, Jesus was my. Or you went there to be an asshole and you got called out. Shut the fuck up, you whiny bitches. What is this? What? And of course, Fox put them on. Yeah, if I go to a Trump rally and yell stupid shit about how, whatever, I don't get to go on MSNBC and say they treated me badly. They didn't let me yell at Trump. Shut the fuck up. Let the Kamala people go hear her. Let the Trumpers hear him. You don't have to cry. Were you honestly in good faith trying to convert people? Did you think that yelling your stupid shit was going to have people go, oh, wait, hey, these two assholes are yelling shit. Maybe I should go vote the way they want me to.
I didn't know that Christ didn't like abortions. I'm going to
even though abortion's never mentioned in the Bible, and serious Jewish scholars point out that abortion is a right. So Christians, they changed things and took Jesus's. Well, Jews don't worship Jesus, so, but the Torah, the original Bible. But these poor victims, and they got heckled. And I love this part though. This is a teenage boy. This is a teenage fucking boy. I was pushed by an elderly woman.
Yeah, that's a weird. I would like to see a video of like an old lady just fucking like clocking him though. You know what I mean? Just
right,
twisted, just like, oh, you fascist piece of shit, crack. Like really, just lay it into. That would be hilarious.
Okay, I have a question for our listeners. Kevin, oh shoot, I didn't know you guys did live. Nice, thank you, Kevin. Yes, A to Z, they were yelling about abortion, correct? Here's my question, John H. Who is this Muppet talking? Which one of us is the Muppet? Is it me or is it Jake?
He definitely called you. He would never call me a Muppet. I'm not weird looking.
I suppose it is me. If he had said, "Who's the bald Steve Buscemi?"
all over his face. What's up?
If you had said that, who's the bald Steve Buscemi looking like guy, that would be you. I guess I am the
That's
Muppet.
right. That's
All
right.
right.
Yeah. That's right. He said you. Well, that's not specific at all. he didn't. He didn't say the one with hair or the one without. God damn it. Be more specific. Be more specific in your heckles. Just like the guy we're talking about here. He's not great at heckling. Uh, let's see. Charlie, I hate abortion. I saw just give birth, then put the kid up to adoption. You know, but what if your punch card at Planned Parenthood is almost full? Me and the wife get a free one once we fill up the punch card. And now you
Like
want me
5
to,
oil changes.
yeah.
Like the subway card.
Dude, you get points at Planned Parenthood. You get to buy things, much like what Marlboro Bucks or Camel Cash, Pepsi points, all that kind of thing. I mean, we're impregnating them. I'm impregnating her just to get them at this point, man. I'm this close to getting a Planned Parenthood jacket with my abortion bucks. I need more abortion bucks.
So he said you, which again doesn't help. Which one of us, you? Okay, which one of us was talking when you wrote you? But then he wrote Trump 2024. So we're insulting his Cheeto God, and that as if offended. Well, apologies that we don't mean to insult one of the least qualified people ever to be president and to run again. That's our bad.
He's
So
guilty
yes.
of all 98 charges or whatever.
All right. So let's get away from politics then. Let's talk about something light. This is a tragic headline that took a twist I did not see coming. Woman becomes quadriplegic after hammock accident.
Dude,
Uh,
every story today is a fucking bummer, man. This is rough. I was hoping we'd do the only. Go ahead. Go ahead.
well, I mean, first of all, it's tragic. This woman is a quadriplegic, and that's horrible. And I'm not making fun, but your mind does immediately go to, okay, we've all tried getting in a hammock, and it flips you out. The hammocks can be difficult; they can be tricky. Was alcohol involved? But then you scroll down, and it's Aaron Field warms, not warns, that's an M, warms against hammocks. Great editor, great chat GPT there. No one caught that. Supposed to be warns against hammocks after an accident involving one left her quadriplegic. On the day of the accident in 2017, she was with a boy she just started dating. They both sat in a hammock and a chimney collapsed and fell on her. Is that a hammock accident? A
Yes.
chimney collapsed and fell on. So I'm assuming it doesn't say. I'm assuming the hammock was attached to the chimney, like you put it between two trees or two posts or something.
Yeah.
So and it got so that is a foundational accident. Like check the foundation of your hammock before setting it up. I
Well,
need to make it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think it sounds like it when you read the article. It sounds like big chimney propaganda where they're letting the hammock industry take the fall on this. No pun intended. Uh, but but if you watch the video, there's an 8-minute video. I watched the video because I was like, wait a minute, man, this sounds like a chimney apologist, you know. But then read you read
chimney sweeps are making a comeback, my friend. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is part of Harris's economic plan, Trump's economic plan that involves this pro chimney sweep propaganda, something. But you listen to the video, and it turns out what she's warning people about is about tying stuff like you said to
Yeah,
stuff that's because it was like a small chimney that came out of the ground, and over time, I guess it had weakened. And she's not even saying don't get hammocks. You know what I mean? Like she's
right.
saying just
That's
tie
the clickbait
stronger
headline.
shit.
The clickbait headline has you going, oh, what should I be afraid of hammocks? News at 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Even the woman who is caused to become paraplegic from a hammock is not as anti-hammock as the guy writing the article. You know? And,
Mary Poppins needs to fix that shit. Thank you,
right.
FCBDOC. Mary Poppins. That's a good reference. Good
That's
job
right. I
there.
think Mary Poppins did it on purpose. I think she was teamed up with the Clinton Foundation. You know what I'm saying? I think she's over there just like, let me push this over with my umbrella. But
I
no,
also would have accepted a Santa Claus reference. Mary Poppins is better because it's more obscure, but Santa Claus would have made for a good reference too.
no,
Oh,
actually,
there
it
it is
shows
right there. Right
In the
there, I say
video, it
it's
shows
Santa's
this chimney.
responsibility. Same time as I'm saying it.
Yeah, no way Santa could have fit his fat ass down this one. It was a very small chimney. It would have to be. It would have to be Mary Poppins. Honestly, it would have to be Mary Poppins with an eating disorder to fit inside this thing. It was small, but she was just saying. Actually, it's kind of a heartbreaking slash heartwarming video because the guy that she was kind of starting to date, that she was sitting on the hammock with, stayed by her side through the whole thing. That
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
married. Um, it was
Real, and they had just started dating. Well, God, that's fantastic and good for and tragic. But okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's uh you really are a bit of a piece of shit for trying to make light of this whole story after watching the 8-minute video. You're gonna watch it and feel bad. You're gonna watch it and feel bad. You're gonna wish you could go back in time and on the way to killing Hitler, you're gonna stop and not make jokes about this on the podcast. I feel, but no,
Probably.
it she was just saying that she met like two or three other paraplegics who got injured from tying a hammock to something that collapsed on them. You know?
This is a
And so,
conspiracy. It's happening. It's like an E. coli outbreak, only with
yeah,
hammocks.
yeah, it's being buried in the news by the big hammock organizations, who this journalist is clearly on the payroll of because the journalist puts in the thing a chimney fell on her. Well, yeah, but you got to explain it was tied to the chimney and the chimney came out of the ground and it's a whole thing. I mean, it was a hammock that was secured unsafely, and that's what did it. And she did meet other people that it happened to. So it's actually a good thing that she's doing. It sounds crazy the way you read the article because
What?
the article shit, the
Anytime anybody's
journalism is shit.
injured and they raise awareness for their injury so that others don't succumb to it, that is a good thing. Yes, it's a beautiful thing.
The woman's a saint, and so
She
is the guy
is.
married to her.
Anything happens to me, I'm becoming the most bitter, angry cunt on the planet.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to go out and try and help others. I'm going to stew in my anger and rot away in a bedroom somewhere alone.
Oh yeah, man. The only thing that reminds me of, that the only other example I can think of this, I watched a documentary about sharks, and there was this guy who was he was like a shark environmentalist or whatever, like tries to help them in the wild
Ooh,
and do
ooh,
all
ooh, ooh, ooh. Does this have like a Grizzly Man ending where the sharks eat him?
a little bit. No, it's got a grizzly man beginning.
Oh,
He lost an arm and a leg doing this, but he still does it. He just dives with prosthetic limbs, and he was like an Australian special forces guy, and they're just interviewing. He's like, "Yeah, it wasn't the sharks' fault. The animals, they just do what they do, mate. Now I still want to help and save them, And
I thought he'd
I'm
be
like,
down there like, hey, eat this, motherfuckers.
yeah, and he bit off an arm and a leg, and now he's
No, I'm
down
saying the
there with
prosthetic
faith,
one. Eat this.
arm.
It's all plastic. You're not getting shit from me anymore.
That's right. No, but he's got another real arm and a leg next to the fake one. They could still bite off, and he's still down there trying to help him. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to save their natural habitat." And I'm like, "Dude, I wouldn't be doing that if I even lost a pinky, even like a part of my pinky finger from a shark. I would turn into Clint from Jaws. I would just be like, I'm gonna hunt these beasts the rest of my life. I would just go out with the sole purpose of making shark fin soup for breakfast every goddamn day.
Oh, this is a nice one. Miss Bradley Cooper, you really are funny. I love your podcast. Thank you.
Hell
That's
yeah.
that's we don't get nice comments. Usually it's just people calling us assholes, but
There
so
we go. There we
that's
go.
endearing.
So
All
your
right.
wife moved you to the basement.
She wants me next to the running water softener that she has been texting me saying, "All right, this is what we have to do." So as soon as I'm off here, I get to deal with the flat tire on my car and the water softener. But before we go, let's do a lighthearted story because this has been all making fun of shit. But this one I found this morning. Lily Allen says her OnlyFans feet pictures make more money than Spotify streams.
Hell
She
yeah.
was seeing her podiatrist or doctor. What was it? She was seeing her pedicurist. She was getting a pedicure, and she got told, "You have nice feet and could make some cash off them." So she took some pictures of her feet, put them on online, and yeah, she's making money now.
Is your
Of
Zoom
course,
still going, man? Mine logged me out. I'm gonna log back in.
oh, I can. Okay. Um, Yeah, I see you on. Oh, you're just frozen. on
Yeah,
Zoom. That's the problem with keeping the news stories open.
anyway, yeah.
Well, if you're
YouTube
on Zoom, if you're listening to this and not watching it live, you're listening to me because we've had a mishap. But I'll read some of the story while Jake gets hooked back up again. So she gets told she has nice feet, and she decides to open an OnlyFans account. And of course, people who have too much time on their hands, they start complaining. Imagine being an artist and having nearly 8 million monthly listeners on Spotify, but earning. Oh wait, that's her response. Where is it? Imagine being one of the biggest pop music stars in Europe, and then being reduced to this. And she said, imagine being on Spotify and earning more money from 1,000 people subscribed to pictures of your feet than 8 million Spotify streams. Because Spotify, she charges $10 a month. So if she has 1,000 people, that's $10,000 a month. But for 7.5 million listeners on Spotify, you get paid between 0.003 and 0.005 cents per stream, less than a fraction of a penny. So fuck yeah, good for her for jumping in and showing feet pictures for money. You're completely gone from a Zoom now. Are you able to log
yeah,
back in, or are you still
keep
trying?
talking. That way we can still use the Zoom. But yeah, just keep talking, man. I got to restart my computer.
Well, the thing with oh, you're completely shutting down your computer. We're almost out of time. Let me see what the time says on Zoom. It says we're down to 3 minutes. So just think of your closing comments. But so according to the CEO, Kylie Blair, everyone assumes it's sexy content. Some of it is sexy content, and we're very happy that we're an inclusive platform and we're that way for a reason. Um, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that 97% of OnlyFans is quote sexy content. I mean, that what else is it for? What are you doing? Recipes? Um, Bruno Polish favorite movie. I got too many favorite movies, but just off the top of my head, I'm going The Last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis. The Last Boy Scout is the only movie I've ever seen where one character sums up the entire movie in one sentence. The Damon Wayans character is isolated. Bruce Willis is off on his own, and he goes, think, what would Joe Hallenbeck do? Well, he'd shoot everybody and smoke a bunch of cigarettes. And that is the entire movie. The Last Boy Scout is Bruce Willis literally just shooting people and smoking cigarettes. And that's why it's the best movie ever made. All right. So Jake's back. We have 2 minutes left. But yeah, good for Lily Allen for showing pictures of her feet. If that's what people are into and you can make money, who's to
I've
judge?
heard from just friends of mine that I know, comics and stuff, that the feet guys specifically pay a lot of money, and to that I say you are morons, feet guy. Okay, like I mean, hey man, be into what you want to be into, but like, why specifically do you got to pay to see women's feet? All you got to do, for one thing, and maybe this is just because I'm not a foot guy. A lot of feet kind of look the same, and you don't even have to look for porn to see feet. You could Google women's sandals, and you will see sandal models, women who are professional feet models, showing you their feet for free, just trying to
Let
sell
me
you merch.
interrupt you. Let me interrupt you. Let's sign off on Zoom. We'll keep going live for another couple minutes, but we're going to run out of the recorded podcast time. So find me at nathantimmel.com. Find Jake at Jake Vevra on all social media platforms. Thanks for listening. We've been going live on YouTube. So if you want to hear the bonus content, not even a Patreon, no bonus pay, free on YouTube. Look for us live on Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Central and 11:30 Eastern. That's when we've been going live on YouTube. All right, we're going to continue live and the recorded broadcast.
If you human traffickers want to start making real money, traffic the feet. All right.
Anyway, I got so onto your point. Did you hear the New York Times interview with Mia Khalifa this week?
No.
Okay, she talks about being on OnlyFans and making a ton of money, but this confused the shit out of me because she talks about um, being on OnlyFans because it retains her agency. Back when 10 years ago, when she got into adult films, she had no agency. They told her what to do. She did it, whether or not she felt uncomfortable, and
Oh,
she
Mia
regret.
I was thinking Mia Kunis. I was like, what?
No,
What?
no, Mia
Wow, I
Khalifa.
missed a lot. I'm not really up with old Mia. I thought she was doing pretty well in Hollywood still. I didn't think she needed to do porn.
She's married to Ashton, and he's rich. But so she talks about how she likes her OnlyFans because she's in charge. And the interviewer asked what kind of content she posted. Oh, I got an idea. Hold on. And she said she posts videos, or not videos, pictures and videos that are akin to sort of lingerie shots and things that she feels comfortable doing. And I just thought that was odd. It's like, wait a second, wait a second. We can Google you right now and see any of the old adult films you made, and people are spending money to get there. I just plugged my microphone into YouTube, so I should sound a lot clearer right now.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think I
Um,
can do that with mine.
yeah, I bought a special cord, so I just took it out
Okay.
of the computer and plugged. Either way, I do not understand Mia Khalifa getting people subscribing to see like sensual shots of her covered when they can literally go to any adult website and see everything.
To me, paying for porn, and if there's any porn people out there, I apologize. I'm not saying I want you all to be homeless. I'm just saying I can get so much porn for free right now on the very thing that I'm doing this on.
Yeah.
I can swipe up on this and type in the craziest shit that I can imagine, and there will be an endless stream of it for free. That includes feet. So I don't know who the fuck is out there paying all this money for this. That to me is like right up there with, well, I could get a 6 pack of beer or a $15 bottle of wine, but I'm going for Camus. Like I'm gonna drop $50. I'm gonna eat nothing but caviar for lunch and just have $1,000 can of fish eggs. To me, that seems less wasteful than paying for porn in 2024. That's crazy to me.
Well, and I'm going to say something that'll get me in trouble. That's why I am happy that the worst people on the planet, child predators, I am happy they are stupid because they always get busted because it's on their hard drive. And that makes me happy because if I were a disgusting, horrible person, I would say, hmm, you know, all these dark websites have it streaming. Just like why you download and keep it and get caught is beyond me. But I am so happy that you do because I think that if you do download that or watch it, I think you deserve the death penalty. So maybe I shouldn't be giving out ideas like, wait a second, I can stream it. Keep downloading it, keep getting caught, and maybe someday that will be an automatic death penalty for you fucks.
Yeah, I don't. I would be so paranoid if I was into that by doing anything on the computer. I would just think that, oh, this is all going to come back to me somehow. I don't know who's that confident in there. Like, oh no, I used a different VPN. I
Yeah.
won't go to prison for the rest of my life, where I'll be tortured. For being a pedo. Um, I don't know, man. It just the stakes are so high. It's like I'm
At
just not that
least
good with
at least with this going back to the beginning, you are getting Lily Allen's feet. And if you want celebrity feet, you can Google sandals and feet and get all you want. With this, you are at least getting celebrity feet. All right, let's start wrapping this up. Let's hit a couple comments and then we'll get off it. Comes with a push button app. Maybe I'm missing something. Has everyone ever made a milkshake with horse electrolytes?
Is that horse
Sipping
jizz?
on half a horse. My skin is fucking. What sort of? Hey, fish penetrator. When you're talking about horse electrolytes, Jake has a comedy special coming out soon called "Unalived by Dog Pills."
Yes.
Jake actively on a bender as a teenager ran out of drugs and alcohol to ingest, so he tried dog medication that put him
That's right.
into a coma. So
Did the
watch for his
fucking trick.
comedy special.
Yeah, yeah. Watch the special. Should be coming out on YouTube next couple weeks. So, keep an eye out.
I have memory damage and can't remember this fellow's handle on the right. Is there a link at Jake Vevra? It's the ampersand
Yeah,
JAKE
V E
Vevra
V E
VEV.
R A. I
All
should
right.
start making that my little name thing when we stream. Well, we're doing this through the phone. Either way, we're probably going to do this through Zoom next week. So
Yeah, I'm supposed to get on it,
down a
but
little
not
bit.
today because I got to sign off because I got a fucking flat tire to go deal with. I got to change it out. I got to get on discount tire and see if they have good prices. But yeah. All
Your
right.
day sucks.
Thanks
I'm
for
gonna go
watching us
make
live, folk.
nachos and watch the Detroit Lions fucking crush. So
I did that once. My friend is a vet. I ate some of those. They gave the dog when they give them surgeries. Yeah, there you go. Jake Fever. Yeah, you got it spelled right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, no, no. There's an A
Me.
in there, but yeah, you'll find it.
All right. Thanks for watching,
Vevera.
everyone. Look for us next week. Hopefully, we'll get it together, and maybe someday we'll go live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time
Oh no,
because we're going for the youth because there's nothing more kids like than two old men bitching about shit.
fuck
All
yeah.
right, reaching up, gonna cover my camera as I hit the stop button.
Later.